Gentlemen, look at the progress bar right now. Are you seeing this? 100%. Oh my gosh. Like I just saw this a while ago. What? Oh my gosh, are you serious? Scott's finished with this. And there's more news I heard. So hold on now. I'm gonna bring up we're gonna continue with the coverage and I'll show you what other characters he's added so far. But there's more news, guys. It's insane. Let me just get to Steam and I'll talk to you guys then. So last time we were at Funtime, we covered Toy Freddy and his Inception mechanic. Like goodness. Anyway, let's continue with Funtime Foxy. He hides behind his curtain, waiting for the show to begin. Check his stage and read the sign to see when the showtime is. It will always be on the hour, but the hour will be random. For instance, showtime might be 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., etc. Remember that time, because showtime is the exact moment that you get jump scared. There is only one way to prevent showtime, and that's by viewing his stage the moment the hour changes. If you're watching him on the camera when showtime arrives, then the show will be delayed by several hours, and the sign will change as well. Each hour in-game lasts exactly 45 seconds, and there's a timer visible while you play. Use this to calculate exactly when you need to be viewing Funtime Foxy's curtain to ensure that showtime never happens. So basically, he has the same mechanic as they did in Sister Location, or as basically like FNAF 1. The only difference is we need to just bear in mind the time. That's all we need to do. So it's a fairly simple mechanic. Fairly. All we have to do is just look at that particular Pirate's Cove, and just, keep an eye on the time. That's going to be interesting to see how that's going to play into 50-20 mode, but it's a basic mechanic. I mean, he moves at that time, he goes ready, set, go, and as soon as 3 a.m. hits, boom, he's off. But what I'm wondering is, what if you were to, suppose you forgot the time and you forgot to look, you need to look at the cameras. Suppose you, you're about to hit 3 a.m. What happens if you close both doors? Just before 3 a.m., say, if it was on the sign. Would it still jump scare you even though the doors are closed? Or that's what I'm wondering as well. But as far as I see here, it's like Sister Location as usual, just keep in mind the time. And by the way, confirmation, 45 seconds is per hour. So if I do the math, 6 hours would be 4 minutes 30, if I do my maths correctly. If I did it correctly anyway. So the whole night is 4 minutes 30 seconds. So that's insane. It's not insane. It's actually a reasonable time, actually. But anything could happen in those 45 seconds between the hours. So that's going to be a problem, Now, so let's go to Ballora now. So Ballora, she will approach from either the left or right hall, disabling all of your camera feeds as she approaches. You'll have to rely on the sound of her music to determine which side she's approaching from, and close the correct door before she reaches you. Close the door in time, and she will retreat into the darkness. So basically, from what I know, it's actually the same as Sister Location as well. Only difference is, she will disable your camera feeds. So you'll hear the music from either your left or right. I'm guessing that if you have headphones or earphones or whatever, it's going to be like spatial hearing. So if you take out one earphone and say she's on the left, then you'll hear her. But if you put the right earphone in, you'll be like, okay, I'm not hearing anything. It's sounding very distant. So it's left she's on. And you just close that door and she should be gone. And you should have your camera feeds back automatically. So that's interesting. So he's kept it basically the same as usual, which is cool. Now, Rockstar Bonnie. This is one that's is a new mechanic, and it's gonna be hell. He will occasionally appear in your office and is conspicuously missing his guitar. In fact, the only way to appease him is to locate his guitar on the camera system and double click on it. Fail to do this in a timely fashion, and you'll lower your monitor only to be greeted with a jump scare. Now, here's what I have a problem with this mechanic, because we don't know how long of a grace period will Rockstar Bonnie give you. So he'll probably just lean in and say, hello, could I get my guitar, please? Do you know where it is? I don't know where I left my guitar. Which, in my opinion, is very careless of Rockstar Bonnie. But anyway, he's just like, hello, Mr. Security Guard, I need to know where my guitar is. Do you know where it is? And then you're going to be like, oh, God. Okay, let me look on this tablet and search all over the place. Of course, he's going to be like, I need my guitar right now. If you don't do it, I'm going to kill you. And he's just like, oh, come on, okay. All right, quick. I'm not seeing it. Now, here's another problem I have with this mechanic. And I was talking to some people, some of my friends, a friend of mine about it. What if Rockstar Bonnie functions in such a way where the guitar is placed in such a way if I don't know how the cameras are going to function, but if it's like FNAF 2 where you might be on the camera and sometimes the camera will move slowly at periodic times or so, they move to the right or left. What if you're looking through the cameras and say you look through all of them and you're just like, wait, but it's not there. But then you search one of the cameras and the camera just turns to the right and there's his guitar. What are you going to do about that if you have to wait on the camera to move? That's going to be interesting to see how that works out, because, yeah, that's tough. Or if it doesn't work like that and the camera is just static, it's focused in that room and on that position. What if the guitar is in a dark position, like it's in a corner where the camera is just like, it can barely see, but you won't see the guitar. That's the only problem I have with Rockstar Bonnie's mechanic. But other than that, it could be pretty simple, but it has its difficulties to add, like I said, as I mentioned. And the fact that you're dealing with 50 animatronics at the same time, that's going to be problematic. Catastrophic, I should say. Now, Rockstar Foxy. Now, this guy, I actually like his mechanic because it's like Foxy Zone from the April Fool's thing, but it's not exactly like it. So, let me read it. His parrot will occasionally fly through your office, and if you're able to click on it before it gets away, then Rockstar Foxy will appear in your office. Okay, simple. While the other Foxys are here to only torment you, Rockstar Foxy isn't quite as hostile. In fact, he'll probably offer a few interesting boosts to help you get through the night, such as increasing your power meter, restoring the temperature to a cool 60 degrees, or soundproofing your office for 5 seconds. However, choosing to summon Rockstar Foxy isn't without risk. If you catch him in a bad mood, he may just greet you with a jump scare and end your run. Okay, so basically, just like the April Fool's thing with Foxy, he helps you. He actually helps you. The only difference between that one and this one is that the things that Foxy was allowed to do, it was a little bit different. Like I remember he said something about blocking a vent or so with Foxy, but this is a little bit different. So that's going to be helpful, I can see that, because, 60 degrees, you can cool it down, so that's going to help you against Freddy. It's going to help you against Freddy, Jacko Chica, Lefty, and then as for the soundproofing, that which should be very useful. I'm guessing it will, if you're playing it, depending on what you need right now. So for example, if your temperature is okay, but your sound is like really high, you might say, all right, okay, let me just soundproof this thing because Music Man is going crazy. Lefty is about to come and kill my ass, literally, and yeah, just go die because of this noise, So yeah, you can soundproof the office, but it's very good and helpful. But there's a slight chance that he will jump scare you. I don't know if there's gonna be like a indicator to tell you, okay, well, he's gonna be in a bad mood, he's gonna jump scare you. Maybe I wonder how he's gonna play out, because like, how are we gonna know he's in a bad mood? Is he just gonna come in and look like how he looked like the same way? Like, in other words, like if he runs to your office, will he look the same whether he's in a bad mood or not? Because if that's the case, that's gonna be a problem, because we're not gonna know when he's in a bad mood until we get jump scared, and that's a problem. So I'm hoping Scott will have like an indicator. Maybe the parrot will fly in and maybe when you see Foxy running, you might see him with an angry face, like a little angry eyebrows, and that will tell you he's in a bad mood. So you're like, okay, I'm gonna die now. But if he's like, with his normal face as we see it with the design, maybe he will then help you. But that is good. That's a good mechanic. I like that. Now, on to the mechanics that have been added quite recently. So after this Rockstar Foxy, there was a week where nothing was launched, nothing at all. And then this came up. Circus Baby, Nightmare Bonnie, Nightmare Mangle. They will all approach from the right hall, but each of them will only attack once per night. Good. So once they attack and you block them and dealt with them, they're not coming back again. But they will change their order of attack each night so that you won't know who to expect first. So that's going to be interesting. It's going to be like a unpredictable order sets. Alright? Where is it? Okay, there are two ways to defend against them. One is to shut the right door and leave it to shut for the duration of the night, which is obviously impractical as it will drain your power. The other is to purchase their plush toy from Prize Corner. The Prize Corner has only 3 plush toys available to buy: Bonnie, Mangle, and Baby. And your funds will be very limited, so it's important to buy the characters in the order that they appear in the hall. You must use Faz coins to purchase the plush toys, and there are 2 ways to accumulate them throughout the night. One way is to block the attacks of other animatronics. Okay, so if we manage to deal with an animatronic successfully, we get a Faz coin. Each successful block earns a Faz coin. The other way to earn Faz coins is to find them on the cans and scan your mouse cursor over them to collect them. Increasing the difficulty of these characters will increase the price of their plush toys. So, reasoning it out, if it's at 50-20 mode, it's going to cost a lot of Faz coins, maybe like 30, 40 or so, I am guessing. And since there's so many animatronics attacking you and you're trying to block them successfully, you kind of would get coins a little bit faster. But if it's like something like an easy challenge, like say Girls' Night or so, well, I don't know if it's going to be easy. I'm not jinxing it. But if it's something where there's like a little amount of animatronics coming after you, then I see where it would kind of be a little bit difficult. But for the most part, it's actually pretty. And then another thing I want to ask as well. If you buy them in the order, is it a thing where you buy them in the order, you get rid of them successfully and they won't attack on one night? Would it be a thing where the plushes will stay in place as they are? Like even if you go into the next few custom nights, they will still be there, or will it just reset completely? My guess it will reset, but I'm not sure. I don't know how it will work. So yeah. But it's a very interesting mechanic, and I guarantee you that's going to be a major problem for a lot of people. It's going to be problematic. But we'll see what happens. I mean, probably. Now, William Afton Scrap Trap. Now, this is a very simple mechanic, because listen to this. Afton has the distinction of having the simplest mechanic in the game, but also possibly the most scariest. He will only attack once per night. Again, once per night. That's good. Then there will be no way of knowing in advance when this attack will happen or if it will happen at all. So you can't really predict it, basically. You don't know if it can happen where you go through the night and he doesn't attack, which is good on you. Or it can be a thing where he attacks first thing on the night. Or it can be a thing where he attacks like maybe right at the end, like 5 a.m. and you're just like, oh no, I might win this, and then he just wham, stops you right there, you know? That can happen. He will always attack from the vent on the right wall, and when he does, there'll be a violent clamoring sound in the vent, and lights will flicker. When this happens, you will only have a fraction of a second to close the vent door, or your run will end with Afton screaming in your face. So, for those people who literally did not like Scrap Trap in FNAF 6, you have a problem. Oh boy, I didn't like Scrap Trap. When I saw people play it, I did not like Scrap Trap. He scared the living bejesus out of me. So when he makes those, so basically it's gonna be easy because you're gonna be relying on your audio cue. You might be doing the camera, you might put it down, and then you hear this like light flickering thing, and you're just like, oh god, I'm scared. You just have to close that door. That's all you need to do. It's simple, but yet if you're freaking out when you're just like, oh my goodness, what is that light flickering? Oh my god, what's going to happen? What's happening? that can freak you out. And when you're freaking out, that's where he can get you. So, yeah, simple mechanic for the most part, but can lead to detriment. Can be detrimental depending on if you're one of those easily jump scared kind of guys without even getting jump scared yet, and you freak out a lot. You know, I'm not that easily freaked out when I'm like super nervous, but it can happen. It can happen. Now, Scrap Baby. Scrap Baby. Now, listen to this one. Once per night. Again, another once per night animatronic. She will appear on the other side of your desk, slouch over, and already appearing to be decommissioned. Now, what I don't understand about that is other side of the desk meaning which side? Is it that maybe you'll turn to your left and she'll be on your right, or if you turn to your right, she'll be on your left? I'm not sure. That's not very clear, but if that's the case, then yeah, I guess that makes sense. There'll be a shock panel sitting next to her. You can shock her at any time by clicking on this button, but it will drain 1% of your power each time you do so, and it will have no effect until she's poised to attack. You must refrain from pushing the button until you notice that she has moved. Shocking her at this stage will cause her to leave your office and not return. If you fail to notice that she has moved and bring up your monitor again, you'll have nothing but a jump scare to look forward to. I have no words, guys. First of all, let's just acknowledge that that's the same mechanic as in the normal salvage animatronics as in the original FNAF 6. Let's just start with that, first of all. So, you have to keep attention of her and say, okay, well, is she moving and did she change position? Okay, shock her now. And you only need to shock her once and she's gone. That's done. That's going to be a problem with 5020 mode when you have all these things doing, all these cameras to operate, all these things. It's crazy. So, that's going to be a problem, but at the same time, it is a doable mechanic. It's simple at first look, but when you consider that you have to do 50 animatronics 50 of them if you're doing 5020, yeah, that's going to be a major issue. But it is an advantage that if you do get rid of her, she won't come back again. So that's Scrap Baby out of your hair system, out of your hair basically. She's just done. So yeah. Now, oh, and I almost forgot to mention, Rockstar Foxy, I heard, is gonna have a voice actor. I can't wait to hear who that would be. That's gonna be cool. And where is he? Now, the next one is also gonna have a voice actor. I heard is also gonna be Rockstar Freddy. Now, let me explain this mechanic, and then you'll see what I mean by why it makes sense. He will stand in your office the entire night, and on occasion will activate, demanding a payment of 5 Faz coins. Okay, so he'll be there. I don't know if he's going to be at the door or what, but he'll just be there, completely shut down, or lights off, and then suddenly he'll just be like, give me 5 Faz coins. And if you pay him, he will return to sleep mode. Fail to pay him in a timely fashion, however, and your run will end with an angry Rockstar Freddy in your face. The problem is that Faz coins might be scarce, especially if you have other Faz coins, Faz coin demanding animatronics in the hall, such as Baby, Nightmare Mangle, Nightmare Bonnie. Thankfully, there's another option at your disposal. If you're running short on Faz coins or just prefer not to spend them here, just crank up the heat for a few seconds. This will cause Rockstar Freddy to malfunction and eventually think that payment has been made. Okay. So that could be useful. So you could probably use the heater and prevent him, and then you could actually save up. So if you're just like, well, I have one more animatronic to get rid of from the right hall, maybe Nightmare Bonnie, and I just need to buy Bonnie's own plush. But then you're just like, I need to save up. But then he comes in just like, hey, Mr. Security Guard, give me 5 Faz coins, please. He might, which is why I said it makes sense that he has a voice actor, so we can like be doing the things at the camera or doing stuff on the office, and we'd be like, oh, we heard him, so we need to just get started quickly. So it makes sense that he has that voice acting to tell you, so you have an audio cue to kind of get ready to know when he's going to ask you. But the fact that you can use a heater on him, that's going to be useful. But I can see where it would be at a detriment to your temperature, and that's going to activate Lefty, that's going to aggravate Freddy, that's going to activate Jacko Chica. Everything's going wrong, basically. So you have to like think about it and be like, okay, well, maybe I should use a fast. It's up to you whether you want to prioritize and say, let me do give him 5 Faz coins, or whether I'm going to be like, okay, well, just heat him up and then wait. Then maybe you can use Rockstar Foxy to cool down the place. I can see where that would work in conjunction, but it's a difficult thing. Now, the next one is Trash and the Gang. And as you can see, question mark, question mark, question mark. I don't know. I have no words. I don't know what he's not. Maybe he's not going to reveal it. I know Daco. I remember Daco talking about this. He predicts that maybe it would be like trash. They just be trash there. It'll just be there, like an extra thing. Like he thought it could be either that there'll be also aggressive animatronics. They will either be literally just be trash. They're not going to do anything. Or there could be like a little thing. I think personally that they would probably be like a comedic relief thing, like with Freddy's honking nose. Yeah, that one, definitely. Freddy's. I think it would be something like you can press them and something interesting will happen. Also, another voice acting thing I heard was character whisper. I also have a feeling. I have 3 theories on that. Some of YouTubers already theorized on this. Puppets. My next theory is that Trash and the Gang. That's my theory, because Trash and the Gang there could be a squeaky voice for one of them. As maybe you activate them, you click on them, and it sounds like someone's talking. I don't know if it's to give you the illusion that you're going mad or something. I don't know, but that could be a cool thing to be added in. Also, it could be Puppet, Trash Gang. I don't know. Apparently, from what I heard, it's going to be a different voice actor. So I'm wondering if they may still be like William Afton's daughter, but with a different voice actor. I don't know. It would be interesting to see how that would work. Now, the final 2 animatronics, and this is where it gets interesting. This is the last 2. Bonnie and Foxy, who also will have voice actors, which is insane. This FNAF 1 Bonnie and Foxy gonna have voice actors. Oh, this is gonna be good. Let's read them. Poor Bonnie has been forced to share a cramped stage with another animatronic, Foxy, and is pretty upset about it. These 2 will take turns looking out from the curtain, but whereas Foxy will hide himself when viewed on the camera, Bonnie will do the opposite. He'll become more agitated. If Bonnie is looking out for the curtain when you view Pirate's Cove, he will take the opportunity to flash his blinding eyes, to scrabble the cameras, all of them, for a significant amount of time. Needless to say, losing the ability to use your cameras for this long will most likely be a death sentence. The only way to tell who is actively looking out from Pirate's Cove is to observe a tiny figurine on your desk. This figurine will change from Foxy to Bonnie depending on who is active in Pirate's Cove. Not paying attention to this detail and thereby looking, or not looking, at Pirate's Cove at the wrong time can cost you your run. And then with Foxy, he inhabits Pirate's Cove along with Bonnie, and while you shouldn't view Pirate's Cove when Bonnie's active, it's a necessity when Foxy is. Foxy will gradually make his exit if you don't check on him regularly, and once he's out, there's no way to make him go back. He also has a new trick up his sleeve to get into your office. This is where I like this part. He gets in piece by piece. What in the world? He will find any vulnerability in your office and slip chunks of himself, arms, legs, head, torso, through any open vent or open door until all of his fragments are inside. Once there, he will wait for you to pull up your monitor before putting himself back together and jump scaring you. Now, so basically Bonnie's zone is straightforward. You see Bonnie figurine, don't look at him. You see Foxy figurine, look at Foxy and he'll hide. Straightforward. Pretty easy. You just have to remember that you have to pull on the camera. But like I said, 50 animatronics, kind of difficult to do that still. So, problematic. But Foxy's zone is really interesting because I was expecting him to be like, oh, I'm just going to run to the door or something like that. But if he's going to put in like, he's going to be like, oh, let's go scare the night guard. Take off an arm. Boom. In the office. Take off a leg. Boom. On the office. Arm. Another one in the office. Torso. Head. And then he just puts himself back together. I'm guessing if you pull it up again, you'll see him put him back, put together. And then you pull it again, he just jump scares you. That is interesting. A little bit creepy too, because I'm just like, you'll probably just be playing and you didn't remember to check Foxy, and yet all of a sudden you see a hand in there and you're just like, what is this hand doing in here? There's one thing I'm wondering as well. Is there a way where if you forget to look at Foxy, is there a way where you can like, say if you know you forgot to look at Foxy, it's now at Bonnie, and you don't look at Bonnie, if you close all the vents, would that be a way to prevent his arms and stuff getting in? Because that would be interesting. That would be interesting. Because then I can imagine where his arm would be there, and you can't, because you close all the doors, you wouldn't have to deal with that anymore. I'm guessing even if you open the door, the vent, he will be like, oh, there's an open space, I can put my stuff in there. But it would be interesting to see if he could jump scare you with only his hand or his feet. That would be interesting. My guess is that he won't jump scare you until all of him is put together. So you'll probably just see his hand on the floor, just like chilling, and all your doors are there closed. So that would be interesting. But yeah, that's about it basically. Just look at that figurine, see who's up, and depending on who's up, just look or don't look at Pirates Cove. So that's interesting. Now, there's one more news I have for you guys, and it's insane. Let me get it up right now. Alright guys, this is what really hit me when Bonnie and Foxy was added. Beta testing log. Do you see these guys? You know what that means, right? The game's basically done. Like, jump scares, cameras, system, every single thing. Done. So, he says, hey guys, I thought you would all enjoy seeing results of ongoing testing in the coming month. Just for giggles, I'm going to dive right in and play a few rounds of 50-20 mode today. I'll be back with times and causes of death. Remember that a full night is 4 minutes 30. See, I did my maths right. Also, keep in mind that I know the mechanics of all the characters, so this should be a breeze for me. Just judging by the times alone, guys, he didn't even reach 45 seconds for 1 hour. So that means he was still at 12 a.m. Are you seeing this, guys? Like, what is going on? What in the blazes? And then he did a 51 run. And then, oh, I didn't see this. He did more 51 runs. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Update May 4th. So one of my older kids, Braden, bravely volunteered to give this a go yesterday and played for several hours, surprisingly. I'm grateful if he just played for 20 minutes. He really only encountered one bug. With the Chica was apparently unstoppable. Jesus, please. Plowing through every obstacle and wedging yourself in the vent no matter what he would do. So I fixed that. He recommended that I nerf Bonnie and Foxy. I told him to get good. Just to let everyone know. Yes, all the graphics are complete. I'll be testing and balancing now. Maybe adding a few things. If everything seems okay, then maybe I will move the release date up. We'll see. I'll be testing for this entire month. However, no May release for sure. Okay, so that's good to know. That it's not necessarily going to be released at May. Hopefully, if we know Scott, people. If we know Scott. But look at this though. What? First day of results. First second, Night Marion. 11 seconds, Night Marion. 9 seconds, Night Marion. 23 seconds, Nightmare BB. 21 seconds, Nightmare BB. 90 milliseconds, Night Marion. I knew Night Marion was going to be a problem. I knew. I had a feeling. Then, of course, he said it's a problem. Then, the next time he said Golden Freddy in the first 10 seconds. 7 seconds, 30 milliseconds, Nightmare Fredbear. Nightmare BB, 30 seconds. 11 seconds, Night Marion. Then he gets slammed by jump scares from Phantom BB, Phantom Freddy, and Phantom Mango. Then El Chips ad pops up. Then Night Marion moves in for the kill because I have no idea where he is. Brutal, I know, right? But it works. And as you can see with the rest of these times, this is all 50-20 mode, and he knows mechanics. I have no words, people. I have no comments. This is just showing that the game is pretty much done. 1, 2. The guy himself played it and he didn't even get it. What the hell? I don't know. This just shows this just shows that we're doomed, pretty much. We're doomed. I can only say this to everyone. As long as we give this a practice go, keep practicing and everything, maybe we'll get somewhere and maybe do better than Scott's. But other than that, I see no good thing coming from this. And Night Marion, as we saw, was the main problem. So yeah, I'll let you guys take a look at the times. If you want to pause the video and check out the times for yourself. But my God, this is insane. Oh wow, this is enough to drive someone mad. This is literally enough to drive someone mad. Anyway guys, leave a like for this big mind-blowing news of beta testing and for the finishing of programming characters. That's insane. And why not subscribe and also leave a like, leave a Sorry, smash that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video.